Loose screws and bolts, just some of the problems inspectors are finding in some of those 737 MAX 9 jets. The loose hardware found in a section of a fuselage that flew off of one of the planes headed to Alaska.
ABC's Sherry Preston with more on the investigation, and we also get to hear from the teacher who actually found that piece of plane in his backyard.
New developments in the investigation into the Alaska Airlines plane after part of it fell off mid-flight. The National Transportation Safety Board now not sure the bolts that were supposed to hold the door plug in place were ever installed.
We don't know if the bolts were loose. We don't know if bolts were in there fractured, or possibly the bolts weren't there at all.
Alaska Airlines says inspections of its fleet have revealed loose hardware visible on some of its MAX 9s. And United Airlines, which operates 79 MAX 9 planes, says it also found loose bolts on some of its door plugs.
We have heard reports from United, Alaska, and Boeing about loose bolts. We are aware of those. Those are being reported to the Federal Aviation Administration, who's in charge of the inspections and the mandates for the repair.
The FAA grounding 171 Boeing 737 MAX 9 in the wake of the Alaska Airlines incident last week. Passengers report that when the door plug, which is used to cover optional emergency exits, detached 16,000 feet in the air, cell phones, tray tables, and headrests were sucked out of the cabin, and a teenager's shirt ripped off.
His seatbelt had saved his life, because that's why he didn't have a shirt on, was the suction had just torn it off.
No one was seriously injured, and it just happened that no one was sitting in the two seats next to the door plug. A teacher in Portland found the section of the plane in his backyard.
What everybody was looking for in Portland was actually in my backyard, and I was the first one to actually see it.
The door plug now heading to an NTSB lab in Washington, D.C. to be examined.
There is more than likely a problem here with the latching mechanism or with the way it was installed.
In a statement, Boeing saying it is committed to every Boeing airplane meeting design specifications and the highest safety and quality standards. We regret the impact this has had on our customers and their passengers. Sherry Preston, ABC News, New York.
Outside with live cam, probably a little bumpy yesterday and this morning if you're flying.
I felt for the planes last night. I could hear them going overhead at my house in the midst of all of this, and I'm thinking, wow.
Yeah, probably not fun to land.
No.
That kind of wind. As we look across the country today, there is some cold air, but this is just kind of a sampling of what we're going to get down the line. As I've been saying, yeah, it's just chilly in some spots, but we're about to get some really cold air coming up next week. Right now it's 32 in Oklahoma City, 42 Dallas, 53 here in San Antonio. The warm stuff's down in Florida, but they're getting severe weather today. So that's what that warmth and humidity will do for you. As we look across the state, it is above freezing now in Amarillo. They're getting the thaw out a little bit after some snow up there yesterday and some blizzard conditions in the Texas Panhandle. In fact, these are not clouds. That is snow on the ground. You can see it here with the visible satellite picture. Pretty cool stuff. There's quite a bit of snow. Parts of the Oklahoma Panhandle yesterday had to issue a civil emergency because there were people trapped on the roads in this blizzard with heavy snow and gusty winds. That storm system has moved away, but there is, yes, still some snow on the ground north and west of Lubbock and north of Amarillo. Our forecast today, 57 at 3 o'clock, 58 by 4 p.m. A nice day. The winds will start to subside as we head into late this afternoon and tonight. Temperatures fall to 49 by 8 p.m. and eventually down to 42 by 11 p.m. With a chilly 32 in the forecast by tomorrow. But again, things get even colder down the line. We'll have another look at that 7-day forecast for you coming up in just a bit.
Thank you, Justin. President Donald Trump appeared in a Washington, D.C. courtroom today. The federal appeals court is hearing arguments on whether Trump is immune from prosecution for actions he took after the 2020 election. He faces 4 counts of stemming from special counsel Jack Smith's election subversion investigation. Those include conspiring to defraud the United States and to obstruct an official proceeding. Trump has pleaded not guilty. Altogether, Trump faces 91 criminal charges and 4 criminal cases against him. He denies all wrongdoing. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken in Israel today as Gaza tries to figure out its post-war future. Meanwhile, Israeli troops pushing ahead with their heavy bombardment and fighting has shaken refugee camps. Getting aid to the Gaza Strip is still tough, and Israel's rejecting new planned convoys of medicine and other supplies to northern Gaza. OpenAI pushing back against a New York Times lawsuit alleging the artificial intelligence service violated copyright law by using Times journalism to train its systems. OpenAI said the suit is without merit. The New York Times sued OpenAI, its business partner and investor Microsoft, for copyright infringement last month. The Times alleged their AI technologies illegally copied millions of Times articles to train ChatGPT and other services to provide people with instant access to information. It claims those services now compete with the Times. OpenAI says that training AI systems with what it called publicly available internet material is covered by fair use protections under copyright law.
NASA's Artemis moon mission making a pit stop that could last several months. The mission will send 4 astronauts on a flyby journey of the moon, but its November launch is now in jeopardy. It looks like it's going to be delayed until 2025. NASA's Inspector General hinted at potential delays for the mission, citing safety challenges. The Artemis 2 mission set to be the first time that humans will orbit the moon since the end of the Apollo program.
Millions of Americans may lose internet access or face higher internet prices as early as April if Congress does not act quickly to approve more funding for a popular federal aid program. That's what the Federal Communications Commission is warning about the Affordable Connectivity Program, or ACP. It gives low-income households that qualify a monthly discount on internet. Nearly 23 million households nationwide currently use the benefit. The FCC says that participating internet providers may soon cut off service to households when existing funding for the program runs out. The White House has requested that Congress extend the ACP with a $6 billion infusion of new funding.
Working from home, it's causing a glut of empty office space. We haven't seen this much space since 1979. It's because more people are working from home, and it's a trend that shows no sign of stopping. The office vacancy rate rose 19.6% in the last quarter. It marks the largest quarterly increase since the height of the pandemic in 2021. The remaining high demand office space found in only the newest and the most modern buildings. The office space in the suburbs also doing a little bit better than cities. Moody analysts say that's because it's often easier to commute there for workers.
All right, early birds can get a jump start on their federal income taxes starting January 29th. That's when the IRS will start accepting 2023 returns. If you're not an early bird, of course, you got plenty of time. You have until April 15th to file. Don't let it sneak up on you, though. There are exceptions to that deadline. Taxpayers in Maine and Massachusetts have until April 17th to submit their returns due to those states' observation of the Patriots' Day and Emancipation Day holidays. And anyone living or doing business in a federally declared disaster area may have a later date as well. For instance, if you were affected by the storms and tornadoes that started on December 9th in parts of Tennessee, you will have until June 17th to file and pay what you owe.
A man who was trapped in his vehicle for more than a week rescued after a pair of fishermen happened to see him in the crashed car. But before he got the help, he had to be resourceful. How he stayed alive for several days, even though he had no access to food.
And allergies, nothing new for us here in South Texas. Don't we know it like right now? But right now, a lot of people are seeing their symptoms flare up. After the break, what you can do to keep your allergies from derailing your day. A harrowing rescue caught on camera, newly released police body cam footage showing first responders in South Bend, Indiana, as they worked to free that 27-year-old Matt Room.
He was trapped with no food in his mangled truck for nearly a week. He says he was driving along. He swerved to avoid hitting a deer. He ended up going off the road and landing under a bridge, just out of view from the other drivers and trapped in the car. Somehow, he survived for 6 days on rainwater.
A couple of fishermen were out looking for a good fishing hole. They stumbled on the crash. They noticed somebody was inside. First responders were able to get to him and get him to a hospital. Unfortunately, he did have to have his leg amputated, but the man says he's grateful for those good Samaritans.
Thank you for all of these blessings. Thank you for revitalizing my hope in humanity.
Great story. Good Samaritans say they're glad they were able to help out that man.
A major storm hitting a big chunk of the U.S., bringing tornado reports, damage, as well as flooding.
This is a look at some of the aftermath in Panama City, Florida. The storm blew roofs off of homes, tossed about furniture in the Florida Panhandle. The National Weather Service says a storm with 55-mile-an-hour winds and hail moved through the Florida Panhandle and into parts of Alabama and Georgia by sunrise today, along with at least several reports of radar-confirmed tornadoes.
The storm also brought cities across the Midwest to a standstill with more than a half a foot of snow. Up to a foot of snow could blanket a broad area stretching from southeastern Colorado all the way to the upper peninsula of Michigan.
And as a lot of you have noticed, the windy weather bringing some extra problems for those of us who suffer from seasonal allergies.
Yes, it is mountain cedar time, and it was already high, but now all these winds are helping to push that pollen further into our sinuses and noses.
Avoid the times when the levels are going to be the highest, and that's when the air's cooler because warm air rises. So as it rises, the pollens will kind of go up with it. But in the morning, that's not the time you want to go out and take that run. You want to try to do other times of the day.
She says when you do go back inside, change your clothes, wash your hair, get the pollen off your body.
All right, if you've been here a while, you know it. If you haven't been here a while, I'll tell you, San Antonio is the prime location for pollen allergies from mountain cedar, but the tree is a bit misunderstood. What we call cedar trees are actually a type of juniper tree. Right now on KSAT12, you can watch your KSAT Explains episode on the trees. Our crew busts a few myths about the trees, and they bust myths about ways to help your allergies. Just scan that QR code there to check out the story. Something you need to know if you're new.
We also need to mention that coming up later on KSAT 12 News at 5 and or 6, we gave our take on mountain cedar in the newsroom. We had Courtney Friedman quizzing us about what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How we're doing.
Yeah.
We're not doing so good.
Well, you know, real cedar trees are like, why did I get a bad rap? It's, you know, it's technically ash juniper, but, you know, we call it cedar. And yeah, it does a number on all of us, feels like, including probably you at home. You've probably been dealing with it as well. 53 so far today, 43 the low this morning. We'll make our way into the upper 50s, but below average thanks to that front yesterday. What can we expect down the line? The new model data is coming in, and it's looking cold. We've got the latest coming up. Welcome back. Let's go outside for you, and we've got clear skies here around San Antonio. Winds still pretty gusty. We've got a northwesterly wind at about 21, but this number starting to come down. It's just not quite as blustery as it was this morning. 53, still getting some gusts at 33. So yeah, it is still windy, but we'll see those gusts really start to come down over the next several hours. Mountain cedar has been a big topic of conversation. 12,480. That's where we stand today. That was this morning's number. Mold is low at 250. We'll see where we stand tomorrow. I have very little doubt, though, that it will be high, and we're still going to be suffering tomorrow, probably next couple days. We've got more fronts on the way, so this is probably going to keep that mountain cedar going. Gusts right now, 33, as I said, here in San Antonio, gusting to 28 in Kerrville, gusting to 24 in Gonzales. Still a windy day in most spots, and that includes here across Bexar County, where we're still getting gusts anywhere from 25 to 30 miles per hour out of the north and west. Wind gust forecast, those numbers do drop. So by 3 o'clock, a little bit less in the way of wind, and I think by dinner time, you'll really start to see the wind slacken up a little bit. And the KSAT 12-hour forecast calls for 57 at 3 o'clock, 58, our high temperature at 4 p.m. And then with calm winds and clear skies tonight, temperatures take a very quick and rapid drop. 49 at 8 p.m., 44 by 10 p.m., and we'll be in the low 30s by tomorrow morning. I know we've said this several times, but it's worth mentioning again. Light freeze possible tomorrow here in San Antonio. I think it would be brief, but the possibility is here that we touch 32. 31 Bernie, 29 Comfort, 29 in Bandera. This is just kind of a primer because down the line, we're going to get much colder weather. We have another potential for a freeze Saturday morning. Cold front comes through on Friday, drops temperatures close to freezing on Saturday. But it's these days here. Next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, early front comes through, and we could be dropping down to 30. By Tuesday morning, 21. Low 20s, a possibility. If it's 21 here in San Antonio, you can imagine it's in the teens in the hill country. This is some cold air that is headed in our direction. But that being said, it's not like the big freeze of 2021, okay? This is going to hang around for a day or two, and then it will be out of here. But temperatures will plummet, 30s on Monday for highs. And as we said, hard freeze Tuesday morning, potentially falling into the 20s. There is a small window for some light precipitation, but at this point, I don't think it's going to be a big issue. The bigger problem will be the temperatures, and we got to remember our 4 Ps, right? Pipes, plants, pets, and people with these kind of temperatures. Cold and windy for the MLK March. That's another side to all of this. If you do have plans to be out there, know that you're going to want to dress very warm. Here's the extended forecast. 68 Wednesday, 74 Thursday. So it warms up. Get a front through Friday morning. It's windy and cooler on Friday, 55. Weekend's not bad. Cold mornings, nice afternoons. And then as we get into Monday, that's where the cold air hits. That cold front sweeping through late Sunday into early Monday. And yeah, it will be cold to start next week.
No, it's always nice during the week maybe to find a little quiet time to maybe relax, right? And maybe reconnect.
Yeah, and you always want to find something special, not just the ordinary plate. Wow. Asking we should go white tablecloths. Cesar Martinez, what's going on here?
Well, we're recreating Thursday nights at Mi Familia, our piano nights with Gerardo Flores. Enjoy some great drinks, great food, and great ambiance, and great music.
Instant date night.
Yes, I love this. He's going to whip up a couple of nice cocktails for us. We'll tell you all about that as well. Speaking of romantic, Jen's got a nice romantic spot just in time for Valentine's Day because that's right around the corner.
And a local book author is going to be sharing the adventures of his daughters. These are great children's books.
Yeah, and he's also become a publisher, so he publishes his own books there. Former Army Ranger as well, so he's got some stories about that. Mm-hmm. And speaking of great music, we have got a local musician here. He's writes his own music, and he's going to be playing a couple of selections for us right now, some acoustic music. And he is also in a Rush tribute band. What do we have here? This looks very good. I think I'm going to have a little sample here just because it's sitting in front of my face. That and a whole lot more coming up on SA Live. On.
The Michigan Wolverines completed their undefeated season last night, beating Washington to win their first national championship title since 1997. ABC's Will Reeve has more. He was there.
Michigan, national champions for the 2023 season.
The University of Michigan is college football's national champion.
And he's loose again!
Winning its 10th title in school history and first since 1997, cementing a perfect 15-0 season.
Touchdown, Michigan!
Running back Blake Corum, the offensive MVP, rushing for 134 yards and scoring 2 touchdowns, including this one in the final minutes.
He's got it. Michigan barrels in.
Helping the Maize and Blue to a 34-13 victory over the University of Washington.
When the clock struck 0, what went through your mind and your heart? We did it. We came back, we said we had unfinished business, and we finished the business. We stood on all 10 and did what we said we were going to do, so that's what came to mind.
Coach Jim Harbaugh leading his alma mater to their first title since 1997 and his first national championship. But this season has seen plenty of drama. Harbaugh serving 2 3-game suspensions this season for alleged infractions, including the sign-stealing scandal that was the talk of college football. But overnight, as the clock ran out, students rushing the court at this campus watch party. And after successfully dodging his player's first attempt at a Gatorade bath, Coach Harbaugh wasn't so lucky the second time around. But nothing could dampen his spirits. Harbaugh now joining a legacy of champion coaches, alongside his father Jack, who won the Division I AA national title in 2002 with Western Kentucky, and brother John, who won the 2013 Super Bowl with the Baltimore Ravens, both there to support Jim at last night's game.
My dad, Jack Harbaugh, won a national championship, and my brother won a Super Bowl, so it's good to be at the big person table from now on.
As the confetti fell, Jim giving the mic to Jack for the Harbaugh signature catchphrase, summing up how Michigan and their fans feel as national champs.
Hey, Coach, who has it better than you right now?
Nobody. Thank you.
Thank you.
There's been talk in the football world that Harbaugh is considering jumping back to the NFL. After last night's win, he wouldn't answer whether He had coached his last game for Michigan, but this was Washington's last game as a member of their conference. The Pac-12 is disbanding. The Huskies are joining the Big Ten, which means next season we get a national championship rematch. Will Reeve, ABC News, Houston.